Hello, this is Kathy Muscat. I would like to take just a moment to show ELA instructors how to complete your end of session reports as you approach your end of first trimester testing and end of that session, of course. So, you will all have in your OneDrive a report that looks something like this. It will have your name as an instructor, the course you teach, and your site. It will list your students. I will take care of that. I will also add in total hours, class attendance, and normed hours from your spreadsheets. And I will ask that you complete these areas in green. So if you would just put a Y or an N, letting us know if a student plans on returning in trimester 2 to your class or another. In other words, are they coming back to our program? Whether or not the student did a post-test at this time. If they did a post-test, how many points did they gain or lose between their last test and this current one? And did they make a full level gain at this time? So this is a good opportunity for all of us to take a look at a snapshot of the progress in our class. Again, I will fill out any of these areas that are not in green. So you as instructors will take care of this and this area over here. Please notice on my one student, didn't do homework, that this student only had 30 hours, did not post-test. At that point, I put an N for this, for no, and this position was done. You should be able to see this information here from either the students' folders or if you are in an outreach site, from their binder. You should have a copy of any pre-testing, as well as a current copy of a TOPS Pro report from the post-testing. And at that point, you will be able to see this information. You can also see it on IMAS, and I would like to briefly show you that, just in case some of you need to go back later and see what a student did and you don't have access to that folder or binder. For many of you, you haven't used IMAS in a while, and that's okay. We haven't always used it as much frequently. I am working out of the demo site because of FERPA issues and security. I generated a fictitious student that I want to show you. IMAS directions can be found in your policy manuals, along with reminders on how to access this. But I want to show you briefly. You can either look through your class or you can look up by student. My student's name is I Love Baklava. So I'm going to look this student up. I'm going to spell their last name properly. And here's my student. So I find it easiest to go over to enter test scores, and I will scroll down, and I can see that I Love Baklava pre-tested for us on August 20th, scored a 192. On October 28th, she post-tested for us and scored a 191. This lines up to what I see here for I Love Baklava. So she at this point was actually down -1 and didn't make a gain, but I'm going to be really eager to see the pre and post test TOPS Pro reports to determine what areas she did well in, what areas maybe still require some learning. And if you are struggling with those reports, your lead teacher, Heather Echeverry, or Ginger Naram in intake can really assist with reading and analyzing reports and what's going on there. Heather, of course, will be giving you information as this approaches on your conference procedures and new course placement, as well as filling out the TAN sheets, because we don't just assume students are returning. So for me to enter students for trimester 2, I will need the half sheets for new course placement. If there are any questions about any of this information, please make sure that you get a hold of myself, Heather or Ginger, and we will be happy to assist. Quick review. I went to the CSI website, csi.edu, and I wanted to go to OneDrive to find this report. So I chose to go through quick links up here in the top right, and I went through CSI Connect. You can also go through email. If you are at a CSI site, this is a very easy process that shouldn't involve additional logging in. If you are at home or another site, such as a public library, it may require you to log in again, and it may require you to authenticate. You will have directions sent to you, so by IT, or have had directions sent to you. If you have any problem with this, please let me know, and I will walk you through it. If it's not something that I can show you or fix, I will help you get to IT and the help desk. So as you come to CSI Connect, just a reminder, lots of good things here. Please notice payroll, Canvas, and access to Teams, to Outlook Mail. However, I'm going to go through my waffle, and that is located up here by SharePoint. It looks a little bit like a tic-tac-toe screen or a little one of those peg games. So if I click there, I'm going to go to OneDrive. As an instructor, you will access your personal folder under Shared. Since I'm logged in and I'm the owner of all these folders, pretend like you have clicked on Shared, and you will see your personal folder. In this case, I'm going to use Anne Marie Dobbs's. So under Shared, she will see a folder that says Dobbs FY20. Hopefully you've been there already. If you click on that folder, remember you have several subfolders. This is where your attendance spreadsheets are. This is where you're going to access this end of session report. And this is the form where your normed hours masters and your sign-in sheets are located. So I'm going to click on end of session report, and this is for trimester 1. And in reality, Anne-Marie would open up this right here. This will have the names of her students and that information I told you would be populated. But again, this is the sample I showed you previously. And there we are. Once this is set up, we do ask that you have this completed before you leave on Thanksgiving. Again, I encourage you, for easiest use, do it while you're doing conferences or that same day. That way you see information, you have some data to use as you think about your class before you start your second trimester going forward. And if you have any questions, concerns, or problems with this process, please feel free to contact me, kmuscat@csi.edu. My phone number here in the office is 208-732-6546. Thank you.